the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up. Yeah, this the anthem. If you get up and get it, put your hands up. Yeah, this one for the winners if you with me. Yeah. Hands up in the sky if you feel me. Yeah, this one for the winners if you with me. Yeah, hands up in the sky if you feel me. Yeah, it's the anthem. If I give you my word, that's what I stand on. Loyalty and trust is what I stand on. Family and love is what I stand on. Talking big, big. I knew that one day that I could make it big, big. I'm talking how to stay smoking without a sensei. Now we get up and do it like we got a big rig. It's getting serious, I know you're curious. Took some losses through the process, had me furious. But I got eyes on the vision.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to today's episode of Grind Hard, Hustle Smart with me, Charles Johnson. So I'm just going to jump right into it today. To be honest with you, I was sitting here thinking to myself, you know, if I should do an episode today or not. And I had just settled on the conclusion that I should. And I know I posted something on the YouTube channel, a post that I wasn't going to post a new video until the 29th, which is next Wednesday. But I decided, you know what? I'm not going to let this surgery hold me back. I'm not going to let it stop me from, you know, giving you all the best content that I can possibly give you all. And sometimes I just feel like there's times when I need to put out a message because there's somebody out there who might need it. And I shouldn't let what I'm going through stop my purpose from progressing through the world. And I feel as if that I am called for this. And so I'm going to just push through it and continue making it happen. And as I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what value can I provide for you all? And I've spoken about discipline. I've spoken about obedience. I've spoken about motivation, willpower, intestinal fortitude, getting back up, you know, pushing through failure, struggle, pain, regret, heartache. And so I settled on the fact that maybe sometimes silence is the best answer. You know, maybe sometimes it's just best to just be quiet. Maybe it's best that we say nothing at all. More importantly, maybe it's best that at times we just listen. And I don't mean just to listen. I mean truly comprehend the message that is being received, the message that the other person or other group or other people are communicating, conveying, trying to get you to understand. But not only sit there and listen and comprehend it or understand it, but actually utilize a little bit of just a small amount of empathy. Truly put yourself in the other person's shoes to see how they feel, what they're going through, what their life experiences has been up until this point in time. So that's the best advice I can give you today, is just to stop and listen. Think before you act. Think before you speak. Comprehend, understand truly what people are trying to say, what people are trying to convey, how they get through their day, how they progress through their thoughts. What are they going through? What are they experiencing at this point in time in their lives? Because I've had this theory, right, that there's many people out there who truly want to tell their life story, but nobody will listen. Nobody will listen to them. Nobody will give them the time of day. And the experiences that they've lived through up until now are truly invaluable to the world. Should somebody ever give them the time to just explain what has happened to them, the amount of information that we are allowing to die or lie dormant because we don't want to listen to people because we think they have no value or purpose or place in our lives. It blows my mind at times. Imagine if we just listened and learned from the mistakes and the experience of other people. Simply if we just sat down and listened to their ideas, their experiences, the things that they have gone through in their lives, the thoughts that they settle on each and every single day, instead of just trying to push our content, push our information out there into the world. See, I think that's what happens oftentimes, is that there's so much white noise out there, so much noise in general, people just pushing out information that the signal is not even, it can't be decoded. You can't receive what's being given because it's coming from every direction. Sometimes we just need to lie still and just listen, clear our minds, and just listen to the person directly in front of us. So I would encourage anybody to do that more and more and more. My grandmother always told me, Charles, there's a reason why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen twice as much as you speak. You hear the wisdom in that? Charles, there is a reason why God gave you 2 ears, so you can listen twice as much as you speak. Man, I love that analogy. I love it. So, man, I love that analogy. Because if we ever decided to utilize that one piece of information that God gave us 2 ears so we can listen twice as much as we speak, we would learn more and not seem as conceited every single day. It'll be easier to show some empathy, compassion, sympathy if we listen twice as much as we speak. If we understood that it's not just about what we say, but it's about how much we comprehend, intake, ingest the stories of others around us. You know, people ask me, Charles, why are you so good at networking? You know, they say, Charles, you can work a room. And I say, it's not that I enjoy speaking, but I enjoy listening. I don't ask probing questions or questions about people's family or jobs or what they do on a daily basis simply to just get them to speak to me and open a door that I can walk into, but I'm more interested in the story, the person. I used to use this term back in the day when I first got started, like 12 years ago. I said, you know, I used to say, I want to be a pimp, right? Not in the sense that, you know, I'm doing something illegal with young ladies on the street, but in the sense that people is my passion. PIMP. People is my passion. And that's still true to this day. I just generally love people. I just want to listen to their stories, learn from them. The amount of stories and experiences, the diverse array of things that people experience on a daily basis, it just amazes me. And I want to soak all that information in and just learn from them. Young, old, middle age, I don't care who they are. I'm going to talk to them. So sometimes we just need to sit and listen. Just be silent and listen. That's the best piece of advice I can give anybody in today's time, because there's so much information out there to be had, and it's coming from every angle. And should we ever decide to find that right piece of information at that right point in time, we will get that right opportunity that will take our life from where we are now to where we want to be. You know, the older I get, I realize that listening is more valuable than the ability to speak. Active listening and ingesting and digesting and comprehending the information that people are telling you is twice as more two times more valuable, than the ability to push out information. Because this was attained through practice, letting go of fear, being able to speak extensive vocabulary came from studying. Projecting my voice came from practice, time and time again. But listening, I think, has a lot more to do with personality and attitude. Because people will often hear many, many times, again and again, listen, 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 show empathy, put yourself in the other person's shoes, listen to what people are saying, active listening, ask probing questions, interact with the person on a deeper level. But people seldom ever practice it because we're so focused as human beings on self and ego. because we want to push our own ideas out, project onto others what we think, that we never ever consider what the other person sees or hears from their point of view. So I think listening is twice more valuable because it has a lot more to do with who we are as a person and how we think. And the ability to speak is just a simple act of communicating who we are on the inside. So like my grandma would say, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth so that you can listen twice as much as you speak. I love the fact that when the teacher tells you to shh, I think it's funny, they're reminding you that you have 1 mouth. And should you ever just close it because you have 2 ears, like I could see a teacher tell a student, use your listening ears. She's pointing to both your ears because you got 2 of them. So if you just shh and use your listening ears, you'll get exactly the information you're looking for so that you can go from where you are right now to where you want to be in the future. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, God gave you 2 ears so that you can listen twice as much as you speak. So if you just put on your listening ears and shh, you'll get the exact information you're looking for, and it'll take you from where you are now to where you want to be. Man, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, I love each and every one of you. You all are awesome, amazing, wonderful human beings. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And I think I'm setting the record. I think this may possibly be the shortest episode I've ever done. But hey, I'll wrap it up like this. Listen twice as much as you speak so that you can be everywhere in every way one day. And remember, grind hard, hustle smart each and every single day. You can find this podcast on all major podcasting platforms: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, Google. We're on all major podcasting platforms. You can find me on my speaking website, thecharlesjohnson.com. You can also go purchase our merchandise at thegrindishard.com. And, ladies and gentlemen, you know, your boy got a book coming out. Hopefully it'll be out the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. I'm still going through the editing process, still putting things together. It is titled, You Are Going to Be Different. The exact call to action my grandmother gave me not so long ago when I was kicked out of high school, not once, but twice. Had I took her advice and listened twice as much as I spoke, my life could have went a different way. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I love each and every one of you. Grind hard, hustle smart every day. Have a good one.
I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing, so I work the winners and they throw the deuces. Guess I had to pivot, shooting no bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax, that's a joke. Tell them laugh, Uncle Sam, buck out the bag. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got laugh on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, whoa, whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste. Facts, I need racks, paper cash, buck a tax, that's a joke. Tell them laugh, Uncle Sam, buck out the bag. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got laugh on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, whoa, whoa. For the record, I'm done tryna make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste.